Bolton, great to have you. No one is claiming responsibility for this yet. But if you were in the Situation Room tonight, what would you be looking at? Who do you think could be responsible for this?
Well, there are a variety of possibilities. I know, as you indicated, U.S. officials have pointed toward ISIS. I don't think that's plausible. I don't think ISIS has the reach to do that. I don't think it was Israel. That's not their style. They don't particularly gain anything out of this. This memorial ceremony was undoubtedly attended by many, many supporters of the regime in Tehran, which leads me to believe there's a pretty good possibility it was some kind of anti-regime force. The Ayatollahs are in a much weaker position, I think, than people believe, much weaker than at any point since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. My guess is that's it. Or it's just a cynical device by the Ayatollahs themselves. They have immediately pointed the finger at Israel, and if they were looking for a pretext to take action against Israel directly, now they have it. But we'll have to know more. I don't think you can make a definite response to it at this point.
I mean, that latter part, tensions have been so high in the region since October 7th. I mean, if that is something, and that is what happened here, we don't know yet. No one has taken responsibility for this. I mean, how worried would you be that that would escalate tensions to where we could potentially see Iran getting directly involved in what's happening between Israel and Hamas?
Well, I think the intensity might go up, but I think the central point is Iran is involved in all of this activity. This region right now is one chessboard. You have the Houthi rebels in the Red Sea, Hamas obviously in Israel, Hezbollah attacking northern Israel from Lebanon, Shia militia attacking American service members and civilian personnel in Syria and Iraq, and Iran just last week launching a drone strike against a ship in the Indian Ocean. All of this is being coordinated in Tehran. I don't yet know what their full strategy is, but they are in the war right now through their proxies, and we are not deterring them. And I think the risk for more intense conflict is real, not because of anything that we're doing, but because of what we're not doing.
Also on top of this, as I just mentioned before I introduced you, this killing of this Hamas leader, a senior Hamas leader, we're told, in Lebanon, that the U.S. believes was Israel carrying out that strike. What does that say to you about Israel's strategy here? Because I believe, they've said we'll find these Hamas leaders wherever they are. I mean, I believe this would be the first time that we've seen one killed outside of Gaza.
Well, perhaps in this particular conflict, but let's come back to what Israel has said since within days of the October 7 attack. They intend to eliminate Hamas. Now, a lot of people don't seem to believe that. I think this guy believes it in heaven or hell, wherever he is at the moment, because they've taken him off the battlefield. And I think it is a signal that they are very determined. And all the talk about how the war is winding down, it's not winding down at all. Look, our advisors told Israel at the beginning it took us 9 to 12 months in places like Fallujah and Mosul. We're 3 months into this. The Israelis have 6 to 9 months more to go in Gaza by that timetable.
Interesting to hear you say you don't think it's close to over. Ambassador John Bolton, obviously many more discussions on this to come. Thanks for joining tonight. And I'm joined now here on SAB by the former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense and the Executive Director of the